Welcome to the show, guys. I got Tim the Bald Guy here, ready to rock, and we are talking about wide receiver gold as we are in the week, guys, the actual week of the NFL draft. Ready to dive in. Tim, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show.
Not much, brother. I'm happy to be here. So let me tell you guys, I went out on a limb here this time. Okay, you guys were pissing and moaning. They're top players. Everybody's going to take them. I went a little deeper here, so you guys might have an argument. I know Joe's got an argument. We talked just a few minutes before we got on screen.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's gonna be heated, baby. And if you want to say I sound stupid like Joe did, I think I can prove my point.
Yeah, we got 5 wide receivers that are absolute gold. Tim's, I don't really agree with, but we talked a little bit off the air here. And again, this is pre-NFL draft. After the actual NFL draft happens, this could change significantly, and there's going to be a ton of rookies that are going to be wide receiver gold. So I want to say that a disclaimer is that this is pre-NFL draft because one of his picks, he thinks he's gold, but I think he's got in a good opportunity now, but things are going to change very quick when a rookie comes in. So that's the argument.
I think he's gold for what's available right now, what's going
Right.
on with his team right now. And yes, he's a very late pick, and I'm not thrilled with him. Don't get me wrong, but you'll understand my argument, I think, when I make it.
All right, 5 wide receivers. We're talking fantasy football gold pre-NFL draft. Ready to dive in. Before we do, guys, make sure you guys do grab the 16-round draft solution. You can pre-order it now. And in just 2 weeks, I'm going to release the first version of it, giving you all my optimal players to draft in each round. Sleepers, breakouts, late round steals. I only know how to figure this out after the NFL draft because that's when the depth charts all figure itself out. We know where the rookies are going, and that's when I can give you all the optimal players. So in 2 weeks, it's going to be released, but you can pre-order it right now. Use code SMASH to save and secure the ticket to the Sports Summit as well upon checkout. We're going to have Kyron Williams, rookie Trey Benson. Can't wait to see where he lands. And other great people, including Frank Gore Jr., Pat Frymuth, and more. Tim's going to be there. It's going to be amazing. And you're entered for a PS5 once you get a ticket. Get your tickets below. This is massive, Tim. It's going to be huge. August 21st, and it's going to be live via online virtual. So 16-round summit. Am I missing anything, Tim? I mean, this is huge.
Brother, you just ramble on, but it all sounded good to me.
Oh man,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's all pumped up. I'm energy, man. After the draft, it's full flow fantasy. So let's rock it. All right. Also, smash thumbs up, guys. Make it interactive. Let us know: are these guys wide receiver gold, or is it total BS? Are we not making sense to you? Would you not draft these guys? Would you draft? Let us know in the comments. Let's dive into it, Tim. So I'll go with my first guy. You got 2 guys. I got 3. First guy here. Absolutely love him this year. He is expensive. I think he's very expensive. The guy I'm talking about is Drake London, round 2 ADP. Very expensive for a guy who was a first-round pick a couple years ago, never really shined. Now actually has Kirk Cousins throwing to him. Tim, I'm excited, man. Drake London this year, but are you going to pay a second-round pick? That's the question.
I guess it depends. Are you taking a wide receiver in 1? And if not, if you're in the second and Drake London's there, I totally agree with you. He's a great pick. I mean, the upgrade to Kirk Cousins this year alone just propels him that much further.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Big opportunity there. They got Pitts, they got Bijan or Bijan, who I like to say. He's going to crush it this year as well. I think it's going to be a different offense. Super pumped up about Drake London. I think he's absolute gold. And here's the thing. You're going to be spending a lot of first round picks, Tim. This is what I want to say. A lot of people are going to spend a lot of first round picks on a guy, in the first round that I believe Drake can absolutely outperform. So guys, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be huge and it's going to be big for Drake London, who is absolute gold this year. Is he going to be worth a second round pick? Very possible, because people were drafting Justin Jefferson with the first round with Kirk Cousins throwing the ball. I don't see anything different here because quarterbacks make wide receivers. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I totally agree with you on this pick. I think he is primed for a massive year.
Absolutely. All right, Tim, who do you have here as your absolute gold guy that you absolutely love? And we're going to give you
Don't oversell it, because
you can't talk over the magical twinkle. It won't let you.
Thank God. I want to. It's magical. Okay. Disclaimer, I am kind of sucking out here. You guys will understand why, though. So I am talking about Khalil Shakir. What? Khalil Shakir? Yes, Diggs is gone, baby. This is not just Diggs. Diggs and Davis are gone. So that frees up 240 targets. They're not, by all accounts in the mock drafts, they're not looking to add a great wide receiver right off the top. Even if they do, to me, it's a 50-50 toss-up to which one's going to be the one on the team. As of right now, Khalil Shakir is the number one on the Bills, who is a great throwing team, man. They're a great offensive team. Everything is there. So Joe was making the argument, yes, but there's some really great rookies coming in and blah, blah. We looked
Yeah.
at the mock drafts that are going off right now, and the Bills have what, pick 28? And
Yeah.
in a lot of the mocks, they're not even grabbing a wide receiver in the first round. So what are you going to do? Khalil is there. He's been there for 3 years. He knows the offense. I'm just saying, like, as things stand right now, and what is he? He's a 12th round pick. So you could call this guy a deep sleeper, even. Like, holy hell. This is what I'm talking about. I went way out here. But when you look at everything, you look at the offense, you look at the team, you look at what they've done over the last several years. This is gold, baby. This is hella gold.
Now, again, me and Tim were arguing about this. Like I said, this is not going to be the solution. They're not going to start the season with Khalil Shakir as their RB1. This is what I want to emphasize.
Wide receiver.
What did I say? Running back?
Yeah.
I'm too excited about running back. So we're looking at a mock draft. In this mock draft, particularly on NFL's website, they got Marshawn Nealand as an edge coming off in round 1. Okay. It's the 28th pick for the Bills. I think they need to definitely get a wide receiver. I don't care what they do. They don't need an edge. Get your wide receiver round 1, because then you're going to be stuck with a guy, again, according to this mock draft, and I've looked at others, a guy like Roman Wilson, who's a decent wide receiver, but he's not going to be like a top tier round 1 guy. So I think it's like the Buffalo's got to feel who's going to fall. Obviously, Roma Duze, Malik Neighbors, all these guys are going to be gone early unless somehow Buffalo moves up, which I think they should. Now, based on value, this is why I said, Tim, I would not include him as a gold guy. I would include him more of as a solid sleeper with upside here. He's not going to be the one, but the way it sits now, obviously, he's gold, right? He's got Josh Allen throwing to him. He's the wide receiver 1. Keep me in my RBs. Khalil Shakir will not be the one, man. Any wide receiver that's drafted early in either round 1 or 2 will come in and surpass him and be the one by default. That's how I'm looking at this. And again, he's more of a sleeper, Tim.
I get it. But I got to go off what we have available right now. And as of right now, even with the free agents that are still available, I mean, I'd still say Shakir would outperform any of them if Buffalo picked him up right now.
Nah, I don't think so. No.
To me, right now, he is the one on the team. Who do you think Tyler Boyd would outperform right now?
No. Tyler Boyd sucks. There isn't a lot of free agents that come in, but any rookie that's in the first, second round could easily pass Shakir. He was a 5th round pick. I'm not sold on him.
Don't you always love to look at what round they go in? That's not the ultimate tell. I mean, it is important, but I say even if they grab a wide receiver in the first 2 rounds, it's going to be a 50-50. And if you're getting Shakir in the 12th round still after the draft, dude, that's gold all day long.
Let us know what you guys think. Are you with me? And I mean, Shakir, like I said, as a sleeper, he's in the wrong episode. He could be gold. I guess he could be gold. I don't know, man. I think he's in the wrong episode. He should be a sleeper. But again, anyone coming in, I think is going to just surpass him as a rookie. Let me know what you guys think. Or is it going to be a 50-50 split with a rookie coming in at wide receiver? I think there's going to be a big gap with any rookie coming in to take that spot. It's going to be interesting. But that being said, Dalton Kincaid takes a huge boost either way. He's in prime position. I think he's going to be great value.
Yeah, I agree.
We should save that for the tight end gold episode. We're jumping ahead here. All right, let's move on here. My guy that I absolutely love here, who's going to be gold, is Garrett Wilson. Now, he's a wide receiver 6 amongst wide receivers, but he's a first round pick. He's 9 overall. So he's going to be coming off late first round, who's got Aaron Rodgers throwing to him, coming off injury. But Garrett Wilson did decent last year without Aaron Rodgers. I mean, not decent, not like top 5 decent. He did okay. But you're looking at a guy who gets a major upgrade here with Aaron Rodgers, who Aaron Rodgers at the tail end of his career, he has to do well. Last year, 168 targets, Tim, 95 receptions, over 1,000 yards and 3 touchdowns. That being said, there's so much more to be had. 213 points PPR. So much more to be sought out and had. He hasn't even scratched the surface on how good this guy is. He was like revved up to get into last year's season and really tear it up. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt pretty much on the first play, and that's gone. So this year, man, Garrett Wilson is trending upwards. I think he's gold. If you're going to go wide receiver in the first round, I think it's clearly him, man. I mean, you're gonna waste it on CeeDee Lamb, who's going to be declining. Justin Jefferson, who has uncertainty at quarterback, they're going to bring in a rookie quarterback, and you're going to spend a first round pick on Jefferson with a rookie quarterback, or do you want Garrett Wilson, who's been in the league for a while, with a quarterback that's a veteran, Aaron Rodgers? I mean, I think this is gold in round one. What do you think?
I think that's too high of a price to pay right now. Yes, I love Aaron Rodgers. Yes, you hit on it. He's getting into the twilight years of his career. You need prime Rodgers to make Garrett Wilson a first round pick. This guy finished 64th last year, and you hit it. 95 receptions, 1,042 yards, only 3 TDs. So definitely the TDs can improve very easily. The receptions and the yardage may not improve that much, even with a prime Rodgers. I'm really concerned about way overpaying on this guy from 64th to a first round pick just because a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers is going to start throwing to him after a full year of not playing. Dude, there's just way too many question marks to say this is going to be the one.
Now, he finished 26th amongst wide receivers.
Wide receivers, 64th. Yeah. We really need to have this argument over and over and over again. When people are drafting, they draft based on overall. That's why I always refer to overall. You refer to amongst their position, and it kind of screws everything up. But
no, I like the context of like where he's sitting amongst his fellow peers and his respective
people
position.
Don't draft that way. So to me, it just kind of throws a wrench into it. So anyways, 64th overall, and what did you say? 26th?
26th. He finished 26th in PPR amongst wide receivers.
Okay, so now we're talking about bumping him up to the top 12, probably even like the top 10.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, wait. If we're talking in wide receivers, you're talking like friggin' top 6.
Yes.
Just because a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, who's been out of the game for a year, is now throwing.
Yes.
On a relatively team.
No, I don't think so.
Come on, the Jets?
No, they got the beast. The beast?
I was primed for them last year, man. I really thought it was going to happen. But even seeing the beast, can Rodgers make that big a difference again this year? I'm not sold. I'm not wasting a first round on him. I will pick one of the other guys that you mentioned instead. I will go with Justin Jefferson.
Well, oh, really?
I would. Hell yeah.
Rookie quarterback.
Yeah. Jefferson is just that good.
I mean, the rookie quarterback obviously is a top 3 or 4 rookie quarterback coming in. So he's obviously a very good quarterback out of college, whoever it may be, whether it be Drake May or Jaden or whoever it is. But I don't know, man. It's just quarterbacks make wide receivers. How much volume is he going to get? They've got Addison there. They've got Hawkinson, who's going to be banged up, coming back a little bit later into the season. I don't know, man. I just feel more comfortable with that situation that's settled with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback and Garrett Wilson.
Once again, it's not even fully settled, though. Like, Rodgers doesn't know for sure that he's good to go week 1. He's saying, yes, I'm looking good. Everything's feeling good. But he's still not saying, I'm definite for week 1.
Yeah.
I think he's probably 90% for week 1. But, man, there's just too many question marks to give him that big of a jump. Not down for it. No. Give me him in the second, maybe late second, I'd be taking him, but too expensive.
Trying to see if there's anything on him. No, there's just all this off-field controversial Achilles.
You're talking about Rodgers? Yeah, the last thing I heard was that he even admitted that he's not sprinting at full speed yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of stuff is there, but man, 40 years old, you don't heal the way you used to heal. There's just, this is scary.
He's continuing
investing so much.
Continues Achilles recovery with early morning workouts here or stuff. Early morning Sunday session.
I do yoga and Tai Chi, guys. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to read if there's anything else. I think he'll be good to go, man.
Like I say, I'm 90% sure he's good to go week 1, but I still don't know what you're going to get Rodgers. I love Rodgers, classic Rodgers, but too many question marks to give that big of a jump.
I'm watching some tape. He's looking good.
Oh my God. All you're seeing is their prime videos.
He's moving like you. He looks great.
Jesus Christ. Garrett Wilson's doomed.
All right, let's move here. Your next guy, Tim, Hollywood Brown. What do you think of Mr. Hollywood Brown, who's around 6 to 7 ADP? Why do you think he's gold right now?
Just because he's the one on the team, man. I mean, there's nothing else there right now. So Rashee Rice is in trouble. No matter how you slice it, there is going to be time off of football. It could be as little as 4 games, I would say, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be more like 6 to 10 and possibly even the whole year.
Wow.
It depends on how all this plays out. But
Tim's
man,
laying the sentence on Rashi Rice. We don't even know that. He might get
come
off
on.
on this. We don't know. We
He
don't
is
know.
guilty AF, baby. If I could swear, I totally want to swear because he is guilty AF. He
He's
screwed up. He left the scene. We know that there's more to this story that is not coming out, and the
yeah.
NFL needs to make an example of him. So right now, like you said, what is he going? He's going in the 8th, 9th round. I just say
Marquise Brown. Are we talking Marquise or Rashi?
Marquise. Yeah. No, if it was Rashi, he's going much earlier. So
Much right. That's what I was saying. I'm like, that's not right.
yeah, I just think Rashi's out. Marquise is going to be the guy at least for the first 6 games. At least is my thought.
I'm
There's
looking.
no way.
I was just curious here. I pulled up. By the way, yeah, Marquise Brown is set. I heard they're training really well with Aaron Rodgers. The connection looks really good off field here. But Rashi Rice just got. I heard he got sued for like $1 million by one of the people that had bodily harm. His salary for 2023 was $750,000. He had a signing bonus of $430,000, right? And his 2024 salary, his base is $1,045,000, and his breakdown is $430,000. I mean, he's making over 1.5 million, let's say, give or take, right? And he's getting sued for over $1 million by some of the people that he got hit. So he's in a lot of trouble, man. He really is. Well, how that's going to translate in regards to time missed or potential suspension, I don't know. We don't know. So just for the fact that that's lingering, I'm fading Rashi Rice. I just can't take. My fantasy team is far too important to be risking on a guy who's in a suspect situation where he could be sued and he could be facing suspension and who knows, possible jail time. I think there was like 8 charges, Tim. And that did not even include, surprisingly, the fact that he probably fled the scene. And people are saying he fled the scene because maybe he was on something. Which, if he was on a substance, then you're like, DUI and all that other stuff on top of everything. The fact that he fled his scene is stupid. I don't recommend anyone doing that. May have actually helped him in some case because they could have got worse.
Yeah.
This is just crazy, dude. Crazy.
He may have avoided a few other charges had he stayed around. That's all speculation, and I hate to put it on the guy. No matter what, you caused an accident. You injured people. You left the scene, period. You need to be made an example of. You're missing almost half the year at least.
And he's lucky. I mean, God forbid somebody passed. I mean, that would have been crazy. Not even for the person that happened to, but even Bryce, he'd be in Henry Ruggs situation in the slammer now. So yeah.
And let's face it too. Mahomes had a bad year last year. His numbers were down, so expect him to bounce back. Rashi Rice to be out. Everything's there for Marquise Brown to capitalize on this, man.
And 6 to 7 round, especially if Rashi is facing a suspension. Now, if we find out that Rashi is facing a suspension, he's out for 4 games, 6 games, 10, whatever it is, Marquise Brown gets a spike in ADP for sure. Sitting at 6 and 7 right now could be a steal. Again, years to wow us. We haven't really been wowed, but he's entering a great situation where he can get some work as a wide receiver too, potentially.
And what's funny is we normally won't suggest any Kansas City player because the ball just gets spread around so much. But I think in this scenario, you're picking up gold at that price.
Yeah, and both your guys, great value, especially Shakir, man, right now. And trust me, I like Shakir. Don't get me wrong. Great value. Just I don't think he's going to be the one.
Coming along. Right, yeah.
All right, last guy here, Tim. You might disagree with me, but Jaden Reed, I didn't put his ADP down here, but he's great value. Where is he coming up?
I think he's around 6'7".
6'7" as well, wide receiver, 38. Listen, there's going to be a lot of situations where there's going to be the 3-headed monster. We have that situation happening and brewing with the Texans. We have that situation, happening and brewing with Seattle, with JSN, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. We have the same situation with Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs and Jaden Reed. The big question is, who is the wide receiver one? Based on the playoffs last year, I would say Romeo Doubs. Because you look at the numbers, Doubs was the main guy when it came to crunch time. Watson theoretically should have been the one, but he hasn't been able to stay on the field. But Jaden Reed is getting that work near the goal line, getting those touchdowns, young, dynamic. Either way, man, again, if I can get Jaden Reed even a couple rounds later as my wide receiver 3 on my team, I'd be a little more content. Do I trust him as a 1? No, but this guy could be gold because Jordan Love is great. Looked great last year. I don't know if he's going to be outstanding. That's going to continue as a 1-year great kind of performance. But listen, I like Jaden Reed. if you're going to roll the dice with the guy and get a little bit later, because people are rolling dice, Tim. I don't know if you know this, but they're drafting like Debo and Ayuk round like 2 or 3. And this happened last year, Tim, if you don't know, if you guys aren't aware. T. Higgins was being drafted round 2. I'm like, don't draft a 2 on the team so early. Aim high on the depth chart. Everyone's getting Higgins, Waddle, round 2 to 3. I'm like, waste. And those guys busted. If I'm going to roll the dice with guys that are going to be 2s or potentially 1s, get them later. I think Reed's going to be gold this year. Even Dobbs could be either one of those 2.
Well, see, and you're writing off Watson only because of the injury, but when you look at him missing almost half the year, to me, he was the best wide receiver on the team. He missed half the year. His yardage was still good. As his touchdowns were really good compared to the other guys too. Like the only thing that sucked for him was his reception to target ratio wasn't very good. So if he can improve on that, to me, Watson should be the one. Also, he's the biggest guy on the team right now for the wide receiver. He's 6'4", 208. Jaden Reed is only 5'11". So there's a massive difference here. There's a lot of things going on. It could be any one of these 3, to be honest with you. Mind you, like you said, as a wide receiver 3 going round 6, 7, it's not a big loss if he's not the one on Green Bay. Even if he puts up a good 200-point season, you're gold, baby.
Yeah, well, that's what bothers me. It's almost like a direct split. 94 targets for Reed, 96 for Dobbs, 53 for Watson, but he only played 9 games compared to the other guys that played pretty much the full season. And then, you look at it, 53 targets, 28 receptions, 52.8 percentage in regards to that target reception ratio. Sucks for Watson. He's just not going to be the high volume guy. And he may be just a touchdown guy, the tall guy in the red zone, maybe some deep balls, that type of thing. But yeah, it is kind of ugly in the sense that right now we don't have a sense on who the one is. But I think all 3 guys are decent value. And Jaden Reed, I think, has got the most upside. But again, I want to say this based on the playoffs last year. It looks like Dobbs was the guy they were kind of going to more in that game, in the playoff game. So very interesting. I think, again, this is very early, this list, guys. And we're just having an open discussion here based on value, based on opportunity. These guys are sitting there in good scenarios. But wait till these rookies come in. It's really going to stir the pot and open things up and seeing how these depth charts kind of lay out. So
now here's a couple more I want to throw at you. You told me not to even mention the one because you got so much flack for him last year, but you'd be nuts not to at least think of him. And once again, these guys might be sleepers, but you've got to look at a Quentin Johnson. He is the one on the team right now. And you've got to look at a Michael Wilson, who's the number 1 on the team right now as well, as it stands today.
No, well, the Cardinals are definitely going to bring in like Harrison.
I agree, but as it stands today,
and I think
keep it in mind and look at these guys for later rounds even.
Yeah, again, Quentin Johnson just didn't get. I mean, that was my guy, and I got a lot of flack for that guy. He was a later round guy, and he never got the ball. I don't know what it was, man. Even with Williams and Allen were out, it just blows my mind he didn't get the volume. He will this year, but how much and which rookie are they going to be drafting? How that's going to look? It's going to be messy. Their running back situation is absolute mess right now as well, with Gus Edwards in there and who they just bring in right now. My brain is just farting right now.
I kind of want to say Dobbins, but I don't think so.
Dobbins. Yes. It's Dobbins. My brain just farted right there.
Either way, this team is entirely different from last year. You've got Eckler gone. You've got Keenan Allen gone. Herbert had a bad year last year, man. Everything is there for Quentin Johnson this year that really kind of wasn't there, or things that could have held him back last year. So we have to see how it goes, but just keep him in mind, man. When we do a sleeper episode, he definitely better be on it.
Yeah, and he was my guy last year, and I gotta see if he steps up this year. If he does, then he's absolute garbage, like everybody said. If he does step up, he gets the volume, he does well. It was a volume issue; he just wasn't getting it. He wasn't into the system. The offensive coordinator didn't like him. Who knows? But yeah,
you tend to have a hate on for Keenan Allen, so you were going under the assumption that he was going to come in and supplant Keenan Allen, which didn't happen.
Should have. He was a first-round pick, man, and Keenan Allen is like 100 years old, so. Anyway, it is what it is. And at least I called him. Like, those guys will get hurt. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, sure enough, they did. Keenan Allen had a good season up until the last 3 games when the people needed him the most. And then he fell apart, like I said he would. So that's that. All right, our wide receiver goal. What does mean RB today, man? I'm just in the RB frame of mind all day, man. I got to get off that. We got to do another tight end one, tight end gold. Maybe we should do that. And then it's the draft. And I think we're going to do a live episode as well during the draft, the first round as well. Just do a live show, just kind of our reactions. All right, subscribe, turn on the bell. You don't want to miss that and everything else with the #1 fantasy football podcast. Subscribe, thumbs up. Tim, anything else you want to say?
For those of you that are going to come on and hate on me on the Bills pick, go F yourselves.
Oh,
Oh, I said it. That's right. I'm expecting the heat, baby. Bring it. I don't care.
All right, guys. Tim's letting loose today. We're out, guys. We'll talk soon.
Have a good one.